Well, today is Wednesday, November 3rd, and yesterday got the some progress done on the Smart Money book. I did the setup for the 3 books for the Unstoppable Prosperity, for the Wealth 101, and for the Blueprints of Success. So those templates are already created inside of the Word document and ready for the notes to be transcribed into the Word documents. Most of the day yesterday was used for setting up Quicken in order to be able to get that back on track. Noticed that in setting that up, I noticed that our Acorn account, we've got probably a little over $11,000 inside of the 2 accounts for Tracy and I, and for Aaron at age 72 and at age 18 for Aaron. I think both accounts will have roughly $48,000 in them, just from the daily and weekly contributions to our Acorn account. And then by the time I'm 82 and Aaron's 40, there would be, I think, roughly $374,000. I really like this program. It's mutual funds, which I really don't care about, but it gives us some diversification inside of a stock portfolio. And the nice thing is, instead of having to take a lump sum out of your account where you really kind of feel like, ouch, that hurt, it's just coming on out in little drips on a daily basis and on a weekly basis, and really you don't even miss the money, and it just kind of sets you up for success. So I really like Acorns. By looking at some of the other books that I've been reading, especially the Unstoppable Prosperity, really talks about a diversified portfolio, as well as Understanding Stock book that also really kind of lays out what percentages you should have inside of a diversified portfolio. And one of the suggestions is like buying the spiders or some of the indexes where it's tied to 500 of the top companies for the S&P 500, giving you instant diversification. So probably using a combination of index funds, the Acorn account, doing rolling stocks, bottom fishing, and covered calls, and then taking a small percentage and working with options. I think that's going to be the plan of attack. Those are going to be the key areas that I'll probably end up buying some more books on in order to really become an expert in those areas. And again, just really looking forward to this. I also looked at the spreadsheet that I use that automatically divvies up all of our income into different categories to spread out the money into our personal accounts and investments and that type of stuff. And I noticed that the additional income over the last 3 months, although one week was like $15, and I don't know what happened that week, but the average was like $750. So $750 a week times 4 weeks in a month, that comes out to $3,000 or $36,000 a month. $36,000 a year, that will be able to push forward the $1 million project, where we double our money every year, and obviously going from 1 to 2 to 4 to 8 to 16 to 32. Let's see, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So that's 6 years that we would be ahead of the game as far as the doubling of the money. So, yeah, like I said, I really look at that as something that's going to happen, just from a number standpoint. I mean, I would really have to blow it, lose, in order for that not to happen. But that's what we also need to get good at, is minimizing our losses and maximizing our gains. So that really looked hopeful. So today I will be continuing to work on the Smart Money book, Follow the Smart Money, and should be able to get pretty far on that. So I have noticed especially the On Track Investing book, the Business Weekly Toolbox, and a couple of the other books, that there are, certain steps, and they've provided us, in order to complete those steps, they've provided us with some forms, and I would really like to try and get those forms, add to those forms, automate those forms, get them into the computer, in order to help increase the speed that we're able to get this stuff done. Because ultimately what we're trying to do is we're trying to build a system. We're trying to create a system that's duplicatable, something that can be passed on to the next generation, something that can be given to other individuals, say eventually creating an investor group, where a bunch of us are out there looking for opportunities instead of just myself looking for opportunities, so that we could share these ideas and run the numbers and decide if we want to pull the trigger. There's no commitment, there's no mandatory steps that say that you have to do that, but there's more power in more eyes on the market. And so creating a system, creating something that's duplicatable, something that's automated, something that can be shared, something that creates, in a sense, a history and a journal as to everything that we're doing and why it is that we're doing. That's one of the beauties of the TC2000 program, because the TC2000 program also allows you to add notes onto charts and share those charts and notes with other individuals. But then that way you can always go back and say, what was it that I was trying to do here? A whole system has to be set up to create an autopsy of all the trades, both good and bad, in order to be able to sit down and say, what did we do right, and what did we do wrong, and how can we improve it? Improve both of them. We want to try and enhance our winners and diminish our losers. So the other goal ultimately is, with all this cash flow, number one priority is get out of debt. Number two is to try and get ourselves into a house. And with the current state of employment, the additional source of income allows us to go anywhere in the United States and or abroad in order to be able to bring in that additional income. So we have the ability to move anywhere in the United States. We have to think about Erin and her school to get her a good education. So debt, home, and then, be able to spend more time with Erin and with the kids and with Tracy. That's the goal. So, be able to work from 6:30 until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then dabble in doing scans and whatnot. Really isn't that much time. Gives us the whole rest of the day and evening to do whatever we want. So I would like to get into possibly fixing and flipping properties, which I've already read 4 books and have the notes on those. And again, those need to be turned into a system so that with every house that you go look at, you know what you're looking at and price breakdowns, etc. But the stock market can be the source of income that is the seed money for real estate. And just one property in real estate could bring in anywhere from $10,000 additional income to $100,000 of additional income. The question then is, with this system, how many of those can you flip in a year? Is it 12 properties in a year, one a month? Is that 12 times $10,000 or $120,000 of additional income? Or is it 12 times $100,000 or 1.2 mil? So things are moving, and we're documenting it. I did get these videos up into a YouTube channel. I got the last 4 videos put up into the Lead with an Edge YouTube channel. Currently they're marked as private, and I was able to get that transferred over from the phone up into the channel, which took quite a while, but hopefully doing it one at a time and doing it on a regular basis, it'll go a lot quicker. So, well, I'm about ready to get my bank text messages, which is going to knock me off of the video. So I'm going to say goodbye for now and let you know what the progress is tomorrow. Thanks. Love you.